So I am back with Halley Sutton, and we always talk about all kinds of things. So we're gonna get into all kinds of stuff, but also some, at least for me, Valentine's Day adjacent recommendations.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm excited that we are together again.
Me too. Thank you for having me back on it's such a joy always to just chat with you. I love.
Yes. I know. I remember when I first started listening to podcasts, and some people have probably heard this a lot, but a lot of it started, we did real estate photography for a really long time, which meant like sometimes if I had like 4 appointments, I might drive for like 4 hours that day. And I was like, okay. And so literally that's what kind of made me discover podcasts like 7-ish years ago or made me get obsessed. And I remember some people at the end would be like, oh, we really just need to hang out more. And like, why do we really do just like schedule podcast episodes together so that we can essentially justify hanging out? And I'd be like, what are they talking about? And now I get it.
Me too, totally. I'm like, I would also hang out with us not recording it, but we always have such like fun conversations.
Yes.
To do it.
Yeah. It's just the best. Yeah. And I do love, I mean, that is like, especially for the reader episodes, that is what people talk about. They're like, it just feels like I'm like getting to hear friends talk about books, and I'm like, that's the goal.
Yeah.
So it works. Well, is there anything you've read or watched recently that you just like have to talk about first?
That I have to talk about. I was trying to think about that. No, I don't. I'm watching the new season of Bridgerton.
Oh yeah.
I am enjoying it. I am 2 episodes in because I do like a TV night with some like women friends of mine, and so we like
I love that
week by week, and so we've only watched the first 2 episodes, but I'm enjoying it. What else? Like, I mean, it's awards season, so I haven't seen a huge amount of so I've seen Sinners, which I loved, One Battle After Another, which I loved, and was like actually part of that was filmed up in my hometown where I'm from.
Yes.
I think we talked about that. And then Marty Supreme, which I didn't love, but
you did see it.
I did.
I didn't end up seeing it.
Yeah. So
okay.
There was a lot to like about it, and some people whose opinions I value very highly really loved it.
For me, that.
I didn't love it.
Yeah.
I
don't think I will love it. Now that it's streaming, well, it's not streaming yet. When it's streaming, I will probably watch it, but I was so sick.
Yeah.
It was bronchitis too, so I was taking my inhaler. I was like, I don't need 2.5 hours with an anxious narcissist right now.
That's exactly what it is. It's like, it's, the Safdie, not the Safdie brothers. It's a Safdie brother.
Josh.
No. Yes, I think.
Yeah.
There's been some like problematic stuff come out about.
Not shocking.
Yeah. So, but it has that, like, if you saw Uncut Gems.
Yes, Uncut Gems. That's how I always hear his name like that. The thing was Safdie, Uncut Gems. It's always in my head when I hear Safdie.
Totally. It's like the like verbal stem of it. Yeah. It's like that same sort of like frenetic feeling the whole time. So it's like an experience. And I'm not totally sure I understand why they like to stress their audience out so much, but it is a choice, and it's successful in that. Like, and he's very good in it. A lot of good performances in it. I just didn't enjoy the experience of the film a huge amount.
Right.
Yeah.
I've seen lots of reviews like that too. I've seen I saw quite a few where people were like, I didn't think I was going to like it, but guys, it really is good. And I was like, okay. Yeah. And then I also saw plenty. I feel like more I saw were what you said, where they were like, there were moments that were very fun.
Yeah.
But it didn't need to be 2.5 hours is kind of like that consensus.
2.5 hours felt long. And by the end, I was like, I have shortened telomeres. My like capacity for anxiety has like gone down. Like it was a lot.
Yes.
But there is a thing that I saw, which is like truly insane. There was a different original ending. Have you seen this? Like this discourse?
No.
I won't. I mean, I feel like I could even tell you because it's so not
I don't think many of the audience will be too angry if you spoil anything about this one.
There was an original ending, allegedly, to Marty's Dream, where one of the main characters, who's been kind of an antagonist but kind of helped him at different times, turns out to be a vampire at the end and like turns him into a vampire.
A real
This was supposedly the real ending, and they sent it like the script to A24, who was like, no.
Right, because it's based off of a real dude, right?
It's like there's no supernatural, like, so that's why I feel like I could share it, because it's like it's not a spoiler because it's not in the movie.
It's not even, you wouldn't have guessed or
you
would
like
that.
You hear that and you're like, what are you talking about? Like, I have to imagine like the one Safdie brother was like, Sinners was great, we're just gonna throw in some like vampires. Oh my God. But, like, there's no way that could work. Like, that would be crazy.
No.
Although it would be, maybe I would have liked the movie more, because I would have been like, that's insane. What an insane choice.
Right. I mean, you would almost want, because Marty, in a sense, is a vampire.
Yeah, totally.
So it would almost, I guess, if like, I don't know. It is weird, though, because we all know it's based on a true story. Not that I'm saying vampires couldn't be real. I mean, maybe they are.
You heard it first on this podcast, folks.
You never know.
Like, the vampire
I'm here to stay open-minded if possible. So, okay, well, that's, yeah. Now I really want it to stream just so I can pretend that's the ending that I'm headed toward.
Totally. If you watch it, let me know and we'll talk.
Yeah, I will.
Like, yeah.
I know. I need to look.
Yeah. What about,
like, wait, I want.
You seen anything good lately?
Okay, so I really enjoyed Ponies on Peacock.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, what was the other really good comparison I had? It's okay, first of all, it is a like a Russian, well, it takes place in Russia, but it's like CIA wives in Russia during the 80s. And both of their husbands die. This is literally in the first episode, on a mission together, and now they can have nothing to do. And the title Ponies, a POI is a person of interest, and a PONI, at least in this world, is a person of no interest. Mm-hmm. So they're ponies, and it's really it's very women centered, especially since it's two female leads. I compared it to like The Americans. Oh, yeah. If The Americans was quirky and had funny moments, there's nothing, The Americans will not make you laugh ever, I don't think. So I can't remember if I had another comp that I added with it. But one of the big differences too, though, is that it is two women, and there's like so much around that. So they kind of like play up the jokes that like they're so of no interest, because no one's going to think a woman is useful in that time period, and especially in Russia. So basically they get roped into it, and it's actually like an incredible just like spy story. It had even more spy, like the case that unfolds was even more espionage forward than I thought it was going to be at first.
Totally.
But I really enjoyed it. There's like some suspension of disbelief. So you want to go into it like that, but like none of us know what actually being a spy is like. So I think that was kind of easy for me to buy into. It's so fun. And it's Emilia Clarke and Haley Lou Richardson. They're fantastic together.
Oh, excellent. So
I loved that.
Thank you for reminding me, because that is a show I've seen trailers for that I was like interested in, and then I kind of thought was out in the world. So
yeah, we need more people to go watch it, because it also, I will warn you, ends on a little bit of a cliffhanger. Like you do get some answers, but like not all of them. And so I hope they were feeling confident.
Yeah.
That they would have a second season, but everybody please go watch it who likes those shows, so that we can get more of those shows.
Yes, please.
And women-led shows. Yeah. That was really good. I also watched Wonder Man on that's Disney Plus. And this like Agatha all along, I must say I think you would love it too, because it is about a man who is trying to be an actor, and he takes it like very, 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 very seriously. And then he gets fired from one of the like few jobs he had on set, because one of the best pilots I've seen in a while. It's a really, really, really good pilot.
Okay.
But he's like taking it all so seriously, even though he's like a little bit character, but like it's so endearing too. Mm-hmm. And so then he basically needs to like find even more and more auditions to do, but also he does have some powers.
Okay.
And that's like all you need to know, because it doesn't even really get, it doesn't completely cover where those powers are leading him, I guess, is what I'm gonna say. It feels like if Street Level Hero was mixed with the studio. Okay. It is so similar to the studio. Like, so many of the things I loved about that, I loved in this show too. And it's also one of those, you know how like Agatha has 1 or 2 episodes where like it's very much a bottle episode. It has this, I'll just say there's a black and white bottle episode that's like episode 4.
Ooh.
And anyone who watches it, please DM me, because there is endless stuff to talk about from that episode. So that's my other.
You're really selling me. I gotta watch this. I've seen
it is really, really good.
It looked interesting. Like,
yeah.
Of the I'm not a huge like Marvel inside that universe, but I like this one feels like it's kind of tangential, and it's sort of like
totally
like a more normal person take. Like the stakes are not well, maybe they are saving the world, but it seems like from the outset it's not necessarily saving the world. And I'm like, I can get on board with that.
It's really not. And I was actually someone I follow, Jay Stoops. She's one of my favorite like movie, TV show reviewers. And she was the one who pointed out that like Marvel has like almost needed to have a return to street level, which is where I then learned this phrase that I keep saying, like everyone who learns a new phrase.
Oh, totally.
But I think that's even, it's like, it's so accessible. You do not need to know anything about, I don't know if any other superheroes are even really referenced.
Okay.
So you don't need to know Marvel to enjoy it.
I will check that out. It's been like on my radar too. And
you will love it.
Reminded me of another one that I did start watching that I'm enjoying. And I can't remember, hold on one second, if it's, yes. Okay. So there is a show that I started watching partially because there was another show that I was in love with. Extraordinary. Have you seen this? It's on Disney.
What was it? You literally cut out just because of the name.
Extraordinary. It's on
Extraordinary.
Disney Plus. Okay.
No.
Extraordinary is fantastic. This is not the show that I was about to talk about, but like Extraordinary is a TV show about a world in which everyone gains a power on their 18th birthday. And some of them are great and some of them are very strange. And our main character is like one of the few people in the world who has not gained a power. So she's like 25 and she's powerless.
It's like Sky High.
It's so funny. Oh no. Are we stuck? Uh-oh. Is it me? Is it you?
Oh, there you are.
Okay. Sorry.
You're good.
Okay. It's so funny and different and like cute and has like high rewatch value. I've rewatched it a couple of times and shown it to like a couple of people. They've all loved it.
It has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. And there was like a 3rd season greenlit and then Disney killed it. I'm not over it. But the woman who's the main character in it, who's so good, shows other TV show. I was like flipping around for something to watch on Disney Plus, and there's a different TV show called Obituary about a woman.
Okay.
She's not the main character, but I believe she's in the 2nd season. A woman who's an obituary writer in like a small town in Ireland. And she, like, her newspaper kind of like loses funding, so she only gets paid by the obituary. She's not getting like a salary anymore.
Oh wow!
And then she starts to be like, "What if I start killing people so that I can like write their obituary?" And like, becomes a serial killer of like people. She kind of has like criteria, like they have to be like already sick or like on the way out or different things. And so, and it's dark and
that's creative. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
Honestly, Extraordinary is like you would love Extraordinary, Kate. Like it's so the opening is like she's going in for a job interview and she's just saying all of this inappropriate stuff. And you know it's because the HR person who's interviewing her has the truth, has like her gift is like to make the person say like the truth and whatever's on their mind. So she's just like, and then she's like, why am I doing that? It's like, it's so good.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely. Obituary isn't 100% on Rotten Tomatoes too, so you just recommended 200% shows.
What can I say? I have good taste
Yeah.
sometimes.
Now I know
I
what
have
we're gonna be
terrible
watching.
taste, but you know.
All right, well, and there's plenty of stuff that isn't 100% that I've enjoyed, so there's that part too. Well, now I know what I'm gonna watch at night.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I don't think I've seen any movies recently, actually. Just some TV shows. There hasn't been anything in theaters that I've been interested in.
Not so far.
Until.
Yeah, like let's get into it.
Yes. Okay, so you haven't seen it or anything, have you? I know there's
I have
always
my
the
tickets,
possibility.
so I will be going to see Wuthering Heights, and we can talk about all the different problematic quote Wuthering Heights. I will be seeing it Valentine's Day with some gal pals.
Oh, nice.
In the theater. We have our tickets. We are ready to see it.
Oh, that is so exciting. I'm seeing bad reviews, but that happens.
Listen, I don't know that I'm going to go into it thinking that it's a great film. I know I'll enjoy the cinematography just based on the trailer. Like the cinematography looks unreal.
Right. It looks very like you are stepping into another real world.
Totally. But yeah, my feeling about it is even if it's bad, it's going to be a spectacle, because it's
totally.
So I'm like, there's no way to lose here. Like, even if I come out like that wasn't a good movie, I'm sure I'll be like, there was something to see though.
Right. I know. I'm fascinated. I mean, by all of it. Like, there's the part where I'm like, why didn't you just like write your own erotic historical fiction? I totally understand that perspective because I am still like,
sure,
Jacob Elordi is not Heathcliff.
And it is problematic to cast a white boy as Heathcliff.
It is, but
I'm pretty excited.
We're all going to be we're still going to be talking about it. And I loved Saltburn.
Yes,
I really enjoyed Saltburn. I mean, Promising Young Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Also fantastic.
Right. And I kind of feel like both of those films, to me, neither of them was like a perfect film, but it was like unique, different.
Yeah.
There was like stuff in there that was like, even if you didn't love it, you're kind of like thinking about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm kind of expecting a similar treatment of Wuthering Heights, which is like, this may not be the definitive version of Wuthering Heights. It may not even be a good movie, but I think I'm going to come out of it being like, I'm going to think about that for a while, even if I hate it.
And I keep thinking of your take too, that I agree with, that is, it's not even about the racial part. It's a hard movie to adapt in general. You mentioned that, I don't know, the last time we talked, and I have been thinking about it now that I'm seeing like press tours and stuff where I'm like, it is what, like, so much of it is internal. Like, it is such an interior book, and like, even like the amount of characters, like, there's so much you're gonna have to pick and choose, no matter if you cast it correctly 100%. Or not.
And almost every adaptation of the film, which, like, let's remember, there have been a million of them, which is sort of why, like, I do think the race stuff is troubling. I think it would be better to give an actor of color that role, but I also am like, this is not the one shot at adapting Wuthering Heights either. So like, she's going to change stuff, and I'm fine with that. Like the rest of it, because I'm like, we have multiple versions of this same movie. You know what I mean? It's not the only time, and I'm sure there will be more to come. But I like almost every movie ignores the second generation aspect of Wuthering Heights.
Yes,
kind of like put that out, and it's just the Heathcliff and Kathy show, and then. Like, they are genuinely unlikable people, which is, I think, why it's like so resonant and like so epic. But like Hollywood, it's harder in a weird way to root for unlikable people on the screen than I think it is in a book. And so kind of stand off the edges to try to be like, it's this great love story. It's like, is it, or is this like sadomasochism? Because like, / incest, like, there's pretty strong undertones that they're related to some degree. And like, I don't know. So I don't know that. Yeah. I don't think you could ever actually really adapt Wuthering a faithful adaptation. People keep trying.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I kept thinking of that because I think it's a good point. Even like And then that was making me think, even with Hunger Games,
yeah,
I remember I went, and actually I hadn't read the series. I saw the books, or saw the
that's how
I saw the
books,
movies. I actually saw the movies first. Just it was just a timing thing, really. And then when I read the books, I remember being like, the stark difference is how much interiority you get with Katniss.
Totally.
Where, kind of to your point, where she may seem kind of unlikable, and there's all kinds of reasons, also because she's a female acting that way.
100%.
But in the book, you are experiencing, like, it's so much easier when you're in her inner world to be like, if you're fighting to the death, like, you're not going to be trusting, you're going to be paranoid, you're going to be angry, like,
you're
you
watching
get more
children
of that.
Die in an
yes
like that. No thanks.
But she doesn't smile enough for you, and
right.
she won't like commit to PETA the same way he does to her. Like, come on, guys.
I know.
But that's, I mean, we're talking about people who also just think Hunger Games was the love triangle.
So. Yeah. I mean, it seems like a lot of this nation has missed some of the underlying messages about fascism, huh?
Yeah, I think we talked about the Great Gatsby dinner the last time, or at least 2 times ago. We know that
people miss it. They're like, Great Gatsby party, and you're like, so somebody's dead in a pool by the end, or like
we're realizing that the American dream is all a facade. Right. They're like, wait, what?
Money? Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't worship it. Yeah, we're fun guys. I mean, we are.
We are fun, though. Like, we are.
Oh boy.
So will you be going to see it? Maybe not on that.
Yeah, at some point.
Yes, yeah.
At some point. Yeah, we don't have our tickets now. What I'm the most excited for is Project Hail Mary in March. Oh my God. It's one too, though. People are starting to be like, it is a masterpiece. And I'm like, oh no. Like, it makes me so nervous when people actually start saying that, because you're like, I hope it's that great.
Yeah,
totally. But also, I can't imagine this source material plus Ryan Gosling budget not doing really well. So like, I'm sure it will be great, but that's the one that I'm the most excited for right now.
Yeah. Looks good.
So we'll see that too. No. But yeah, I haven't seen many movies. I think I watched some. Oh no, I think I did watch something before Ponies, but now I can't think of it. It might have just been Wonder Man that I was thinking of. I have been reading quite a bit, though.
What thankfully. Have you read that you've liked recently?
Yes. So I did end up reading, and this one was like so out of order, but I was so excited for Yesteryear by Claire Burke.
That book is like hyped as like the book of the year, and I want your feedback on it.
Absolutely. Like, I would give it 6 stars if I could. Okay. Like, it was one of those books that I am notorious. I give a lot of 4s and a lot of 5s. Yeah. It's I know it's all preference. Like, everybody kind of rates differently anyway, but I just do, for whatever reason. Yeah. I'm like, most of the books I pick, I enjoy at a 4 level at least. But this was one of those books where I'm like, now I understand the people who are stingier with their 5s. Because like, now I'm like, well, this really was above some other books. Totally. So it was that fantastic. If you've been listening to the podcast, you've heard me talk about it a lot. But a woman who is very much cosplaying, like, a trad wife in the terms of like 1800s kind of level stuff. She gets really popular, really influential, really wealthy doing that on Instagram. And then she wakes up one morning in the 1800s and is like, wait, this is not like a set that I can walk on and off of.
Right.
So that is the like short thing to get you into it. What I will say is the synopsis does not cover just how much it's really about how white women evangelicals hold up the evangelical patriarchy.
Yeah.
Like, it really like skewers that whole, I was just saying it to someone yesterday. It's like, this is like Ballerina Farms and Erica Kirk all together. And it's also one when we talk about unlikable characters, I've even been doing the caveat. I'm like, this is the most unlikable character I've ever read. And I don't even mean it in a like, haha, she's a serial killer who kills bad men.
Good for her.
No.
Yeah. No.
You don't like her ever. And but you can't stop reading. Okay. So it doesn't come out until April, but I got it and I just had to read it. So that was fantastic.
It's giving kind of, I think we've probably talked about this on the podcast before. Mm-hmm. I think you have read Kindred by Octavia Butler.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Obviously, like very different context, which is essentially like, I think what makes this so interesting is like getting at that strange tension of like the ballerina farm of it all, of like cosplaying this world that you don't actually want to live in, which is like not the case with Kindred, right? Like but it like, sort of like
using time travel for that.
Exactly.
It did remind me of Kindred in a couple spots. What was the other one that really... There was something I was reading recently, and she was like, yeah, Kindred did... Oh, Junie, Aaron Crosby Eckstein said Kindred even really inspired her book, too. So, yeah, I'm a fan of that, too.
Can I do a small aside, something that you made when you're talking about giving out a lot of 4s and 5s? I do that, too. Like, I'm usually exclusive and happy about stuff I read. But it also reminds me when I was in college and undergrad, and this also kind of ties into ponies, I took an espionage class my last semester, which was like very cool. It was like the history of espionage, I think, not like how to be a spy. That would have been even cooler. But it was the history of espionage, which was amazing. And we read this book. I'm going to look it up. I think it's called Operation Mincemeat by Ben McIntyre. Yes. The true spy story that changed the course of World War II. And it's a fascinating, little historical moment. If you choose to read about it, it definitely, it's a very, I won't spoil it and we don't need to go into what actually happened, but it's interesting and it's now a Netflix show. But I remember to this day, there was a blurb on that book from a writer, which, when you're a writer, you get asked to read people's stuff and blurb it. And I love doing it, but I struggle to come up with something kind of pithy and memorable to say. Sometimes
I know.
Really good. Liked it a lot.
It was great.
There are some people who are really good at coming up with that. I'm not.
I know.
But there was a blurb on it that said the best book ever written. And there was no caveat. There was no the best book ever written about World War II or the best book ever written about spies or even the best book ever written about this incident in history. It was the best book ever written. And I just remember being like, okay.
That's a claim.
How are we? Are those rankings official or
right?
What are we doing?
Yeah, that's a big blanket.
That's
statement.
A big claim. Yeah. And then I went on Twitter. It was Twitter at the time. Will always be Twitter in my heart. And I think somebody had called him out for it. And he was like, what can I say? I really liked it. So it made me think of when you were
so cute.
Times.
So I just can't help it. I do think if there was the 4.5 available on Goodreads, because unfortunately that just still is the biggest one. I do use Storygraph, and you can't do you can there. I think if it was more common on the review tracking apps, I would have a lot more 4.5s.
Yeah,
and that would probably be what would help me, because it's I think I may have talked about this before, but it's at least been a while. A 6 for a movie is feels different to me than a 3 for a book.
Totally.
3 just feels so low for a book.
So low, yeah.
Even though I know it's not.
Right.
So there's also that weird part where I don't say many movies are 10 out of 10.
Totally.
Even some of my favorite I'm probably saying are 9s.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's I also know that this is what my OCD mind thinks about on dog walks is man, you don't review movies as 10s though. I'm I don't know what to do about it.
Hey, listen, you like what you like. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. You can, anyone who sees my reviews anyway can always ask me for clarification. So I'm this is not something I need to be stressing about.
Yeah.
But it's okay too.
Yeah.
But yeah, yesteryear, it's the other thing that I keep saying, it was way darker than I expected it was too. But I think when you say that, sometimes people think lots of murder or in a thriller sense. It's a lot more sinister.
Yeah.
Than I was expecting. That's more what it is, where you're oh God.
Which I think is fair, speaks to the moment of, of all of
I know. And if anybody knows her or knows her publicist and wants to help a girl out, I have DM'd her, I have tagged her in multiple things, and I've emailed her publicist, and no one's reaching back out. And it's completely okay, but if anyone listening is like, she would be perfect for Bookwild and I can connect them, please do.
Yeah. Put that
That's
out
my PSA. Yeah. But the other one that I just finished actually fits our Valentine's Day focus or idea.
Do tell.
So I guess I could just transition into that one. Most of mine are going to be like Valentine's Day if you're not a romantic reader. So like it's adjacent. But this one really does count. Yeah, this one really would count though, because actually, like I just said, I came off of Yesteryear, and I was also reading nonfiction that's The Trouble with White Women, which is and then like the subtitle is basically a counter history of feminism, and it is fantastic.
Okay.
But reading both of those, I was like, I need to go hardcore the other direction because this was so bleak.
Yeah.
And I just needed something. And one of my friends had recommended a love song for Ricki Wilde by Tia Williams. And it had actually, I think it's still on sale. If you're listening this week, I think it's $4.99 on Libro FM. So I had just gotten it in a sale, and I knew my friend really recommended it, and I loved it. It's a really good audiobook. But here's like the short synopsis. In a leap year February that feels touched by magic, impulsive Atlanta heiress Ricki Wilde leaves her powerful family behind to chase independence in Harlem, where she opens a flower shop and finds herself immersed in the lingering spirit of the Harlem Renaissance. When she meets a mysterious stranger whose presence feels faded, Ricki is drawn into a love story that intertwines art, history, and destiny in ways that will change her life forever.
Ooh, love that.
It is like, it's like very emotional. It's what I have now learned about romance is that just like every single genre, there are subgenres. And so like this is kind of even more a coming of age for even like both characters. And I'm learning that's something that I tend to like too, where it's like they're on their own personal journeys as well. I think that like gives me some more plot to hang on to, basically. But there's also, as you could hear in the description, there's a lot of historical details in there as well. It's one of those that like name drops actual like Harlem Renaissance
love
it. People from history. I don't know, I couldn't think of the word people. And it's very fun. If you listened to my episode about the Super Bowl and now you're listening to this, you're going to hear me say it again. But Ricki Wilde is who Lily Bloom thought she was. So there's also that.
Yeah.
And the audio is fantastic. So that's I actually did listen to romance here.
Love it.
Recently.
I love
also like contemporary fiction.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading one right now that is none of my recommendations are really straight romances either, because I like romances and I've read a lot of them in my life. But generally now the ones that draw me are kind of like a little off to the side. But I'm currently reading one called Enormous Wings by Laurie Frankel. That's not out yet. It will be out in May. And it's about a woman who at 77 moves into a retirement home, kind of against her will. Her kids kind of like pressure her into doing it, and pretty quickly falls in love with this like man that's her own age. And then
this is amazing.
Oh, it's amazing. Oh, it gets better, Kate. Then she gets pregnant at 77, and it's like this like medical mystery, and people like where I think the book is going is it's going to become like a huge tabloid thing, and people are going to be like with her, but also kind of like she's an abomination. But there's so much there about like aging and love and what makes a good life, and it's also just like delightful to read. Like on the sentence level, it is so funny, so like light, but then it like hits you with these like really wise, unexpected thoughts. It's just like I'm excited.
That sounds really cool.
Great. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That also sounds like one that I need to tell Steph about. I feel like that is up her alley,
And it's
especially lately.
It's a quick read too. It's like, it's great. It's like truly just an absolute joy to read.
I'm going to have to try to listen to this one, I think, when it comes out. I know I have a lot in general in May, so that maybe I'll listen to it though.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think you'll regret it. It's like, I don't know. It's just that kind of like writing voice
adorable.
That just, like, makes you, I don't know, happy to be alive, happy to be a reader.
Yes. Well, it's making me think of, and I can't think of what the name is, but the show on Netflix with Ted Danson.
Oh yeah, Man on the Inside.
Man on the Inside, yeah. And we really enjoyed the first season, but we haven't seen. I know there's a new one that came out kind of in the last couple of months.
I enjoyed the
kind of reminds me of that
too. It definitely has like parts of that vibe, but it's like hornier, which I'm into.
Yes, mainly the you appreciate life part. I think is what made me think of that show instead. Well, that's cool. I love how unique it is. That's like, I also think the longer you read, not that there aren't plenty of tropes, I will probably always read too. It's sometimes they're just fun when they're completely unique. Like, even if it's not something you typically read, but it's like, well, I've never read anything like that. And like, that makes it interesting too.
Absolutely. And like it's a premise I'm really enjoying, but like truly the writing is so good that like anywhere this author wanted to go, I'd be like, I'm there. It's so enjoyable to read.
That's what's nice. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to segue off of that because this is another one. I thought of this in the middle of something. Well, it's because you recommended this one to me actually. But History Lessons by Zoe B. Wallbrook is also my version of like very funny, and also what you were saying with voice, like I think I could follow Daphne anywhere basically. But this one, a college history professor must solve her superstar colleague's murder before she becomes the next target. And then it says, in this funny debut romantic mystery. And it's so cute. It feels like a love letter to really bookish people too. That's like something that there's a trope I'll read until I die. But also the romance again is on the side. Like this, it's not a romance book, but there is romance, and it's with, I remember the clip I have of Zoe talking about it is so funny because she was like, who knew? Turns out all the girls' gays and theys needed was like a man who had actually read books, was like the gist of it. Because he owns a bookstore. Yes. So if you love bookish men, you'll also love it.
That book is such magic where it's like,
it is.
She does such a good job of like, she doesn't ignore, like there's plenty in there about like racism and systemic inequality. And the world is also like so vibrant and fun, and you want to live in it. And like, I'm loving to see all the acclaim that book has been picking up. Like it keeps getting awards, and I'm like, yeah, absolutely, because it's fantastic. Like, I mean, it is to some degree like capturing a little bit of that like Bad Bunny halftime show where it's like, I'm going to show you the joy, here. And it's just so good.
Yes. Yeah. I remember that was one of the quotes I pulled too from her, where she was like, Daphne's not just like she's not just the racist way people interpret her, like what you were saying. She was like, she's like a really fun, joyful, quirky French history professor.
Totally. It's so good. And I want her to write a million more books in that world so I can just keep living in it.
She is.
I know.
She was working on the next one. So everybody please go read this book too.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. But that one was so fun. You were the one who told me about it the first time.
Yes. Halley for the win.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to take a slightly darker.
There you go.
I know we've also talked about this book probably a million times, but I have to throw this in there as like a Valentine's Day, dark Valentine's Day one is Cross My Heart by Megan Collins.
Oh, yes.
It is it's like such a great thriller, but she also does such interesting stuff about the way that like women and just cultural narratives about love and like who we like become when we're trying to become like the perfect partner, and like the way that can have these like really dark ramifications, and it's a delight. And so if you don't know the book, the short summary is just a woman works in a wedding dress shop has been through some big heartaches in her life, has also had a heart transplant and becomes obsessed with the husband of the woman whose heart she has, only to find out that he's maybe involved in why that woman died, and that a million other places too.
It's another one, like such a unique premise.
Yeah.
Where you're like, yes, let's try the what was that? The movie that's like that with Minnie Driver. It's just left in my brain.
Great. I do remember that movie.
It's that, but thriller.
Yes.
And now I can't think of it.
That, but like much darker. Yeah.
Yeah. Heart movie. Return to Me.
Return to Me. There we go.
It is. Oh, wow. It's literally from the year 2000.
We're old.
Not any other number. I know. Oh, well. Yeah. It's another. The cover. So of course, I love the cover of this purple and pink.
Yeah, I know. It's book. So good. And the figure, like, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yes. And the glow from the laptop.
Yes.
Okay. So I couldn't decide if I was going to do any that hadn't come out yet, but since you did as well, again, this is romance adjacent, but This Story Might Save Your Life by Tiffany Crum. It is so fun. The short summary: podcasting duo Benny Abbott and Joy Moore have built a wildly successful brand around surviving the unthinkable until Joy and her husband mysteriously vanish, leaving behind shattered glass and a cryptic draft of Joy's memoir. As suspicion falls on Benny, long-buried secrets begin to surface, revealing that the story their millions of fans thought they knew may be the most dangerous illusion of all.
Whoa.
It is so fun. I comped it to like all of my favorite podcast thrillers. It's very listen for the lie. Why can't I remember my other two favorite podcast thrillers? I don't know, but I can't. But yeah, it's really fun. And again, the romance is like 15 to 20% of it, possibly. So yeah, it's romance adjacent.
I love it. Okay.
It's really good.
You just put that one on my radar.
Oh, it comes out March 10th. And I listened to the audio, which is fantastic. Oh, None of This Is True is what I comped it to. Similar to that, the podcast parts are produced, so it sounds like you're listening to a real podcast. So it's very fun.
Nice. Okay. So in the last like year, and I think I might have even talked about them on this podcast, I've kind of become, a year plus ago, I went to NoirCon in Palm Springs and saw this movie called Le Vampire de Düsseldorf that was based on a, pardon my like goofy little French pronunciation that probably wasn't even great.
That's okay.
That's based on a book by Frederic Dard, and that was like put this French noir master on my radar. And so I've read a few of his books, and one that I would recommend if you're looking for a dark, twisted Valentine's Day, like if we're looking for something dark and noir-y, Crush by Frederic Dard, and I'll read you like the little description. It's a 1950s French psychological thriller about a teenage girl, Louise, who becomes obsessed with a glamorous American couple who move to her drab French industrial town, leading to dark secrets and murder. And it's I don't know, maybe like 150 pages, but it's just like this like perfectly nasty, dark little psychological noir. Highly recommend.
So, follow-up question. Do you speak any French?
Oui, je parle un peu de français.
Okay. But will you read in English?
100%. And it is.
Okay. I was just.
It's like.
I know we've talked about French enough that I was like, maybe she can. So.
Yeah. I just had to ask. I speak a little bit of French.
Okay.
But I definitely, they reissued in 2016 a bunch of his books via Pushkin, which I think is a UK publisher. But they're all like I don't know. I think they're very stylish little paperbacks, and I've been like scooping them up from thrift books every time I see them, and like that's cool, delightful.
Yeah. Do you have like the purple cover?
Yes, that's
for
what I
Crush?
have.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is I love a sultry tale of suspense and murder.
And it's great. It's like, very enjoyable. He does a lot of stuff often where he'll like, the last page will kind of like really twist the knife on something.
Ooh.
And like, I enjoy those books very much.
Oh yeah. Most of the time I do. I have had like, I was about to say, I was like, that either makes me really love a book or every now and then I'm like, we didn't need a fifth one. Totally. But I think it's like probably the cases where it's not the fifth one. Yeah, it's just like one or two.
Yeah.
That's what Steph and I have been talking about that a little bit. Like we've talked about it too. Sure. Some thrillers, it's like you didn't have to do that much.
It's hard. I totally agree. And like,
yeah,
this hard thing where it's like, I was just talking to a friend about Gone Girl and like, I mean, it's such a staple of the genre and like they pulled off a midpoint twist reveal like so well, but then it's become like, you have to have twists. And like now people I think will really be like, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this. And it starts to get like, okay. And I think they're trying to like meet what they perceive as an audience.
I think so.
But it sometimes can be like, you know, we're not in the Olympics. We don't have to be like on the parallel bars twisting over and over and over again.
Oh my goodness. Great reference for right now though. Yes. Oh, we should. So speaking of Olympics and romance, Lane Fargo just announced, I think that's what it is, because I couldn't find it on Goodreads, but she announced on her Substack and on her Instagram that her next book is called The Ice Queens, and and they're rivals and women.
I have a lot of knowledge of this book.
I know.
I do not think I'm allowed to share, but
I'm like, which parts are in her Substack article? But I mean, that is all the general public needs to and gets to know right now. But I'm like, I'm so excited. I meant to text her this even, and then I just keep forgetting or email, whatever. Is like the timing feels so amazing because there have been so many people asking for a lesbian version of what we got with Heated Rivalry, which I think it didn't have to even literally be ice related, but this is so perfect.
It's really perfect. I'm really excited for this book to be out in the world. There's like, it is. I mean, I don't know if Heated Rivalry is the perfect comp, but like,
no.
I mean, but it is like definitely in there. And I think you're also going to see some cameos of some people you might love from the favorites sprinkled in the book.
Yes.
And it's going to be fantastic.
Yes, I agree. I don't think it's like the same thing, but when I had like seen so many people being like, can we have females who were rivals? And then she announced that, and I was like, this will at least be something you could recommend.
Oh,
for sure.
It's going to be excellent. Yeah.
I'm so excited. But yeah, I'll put the link to her Substack in this too, so you guys can all go read what she wrote about it before we can all read it. So that I was thinking about that today. I was like, oh, that's actually kind of adjacent to Valentine's Day books too.
It totally is. And it's
And actually that's a segue. I did read my first hockey romance. I was like, I guess it's not I read the sequel to Heated Rivalry because I was obsessed with them. It was like my entire feed, and then I was like, oh, I just have to read knowing that there's more going on. So it's called The Long Game. It's by Rachel Reid, and it's like their sequel.
I love it.
After 10 years of secretly dating hockey superstars, Shane and Ilya are at a breaking point. Shane fears that going public could destroy his career, while Ilya is exhausted from hiding. Forced to choose between protecting their peace in the league or finally living honestly, they must decide whether hockey or love matters more. That is a really good description. But this, again, for me, was another thing where, like, there's like a large focus on mental health and depression, and also like clinical depression. Like Ilya's mom was really depressed too, and then he struggles with it too. So this was also one where like there's the tension that both of them want to approach it differently. Yeah. So like that's there. But then separately, they're also still growing as people, which is what I'm learning is something that I just actually enjoy in romance when I read it. But Elio will be one of my favorite characters of all time for a long time.
That scene, I really enjoyed Heated Rivalry too, and my favorite scene was, I mean, I loved the butts and the nudity. I like all of that.
So many great asses.
Connor Story's what?
It's insane.
I don't even know that.
I saw an interview where he said
that I'm obsessed with, but I was like, what is it? Like, what?
I know.
But like,
I saw an interview where he said he did elevated squats, and I'm doing elevated squats now.
I guess we all are. Also, did you see that he and Scott Hunter might be dating in real life? Those two actors.
They have both said that's not happening. Okay. But I do see the rumors. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know.
But the scene where he's in Russia and he's like overwhelmed and he calls him and he's like, I can't say it in, English. And he like, that was
I get like choked up every time I think about it.
It's so beautiful. It's
actually so similar to the Super Bowl. It was something where like, it matters to be heard, even if you're not always understood. Like it matters.
And it also speaks to like, again, like to your point about the Super Bowl, like there are things that transcend language.
Yes.
And like that I think was like a moment that did. And so did the Super Bowl, frankly, like, incredible.
And just like Shane witnessing it is what made him feel less alone, even though he knew he wouldn't get all of it.
That's so true.
I loved that scene. I mean, there are multiple scenes I thought were so powerful, but that one, and then also Shane and his mom in episode. I mean, I feel like most people have watched it by now, but when she finds out, I think I just cried for the last 20 minutes of that episode. Just like couldn't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
So good. But yeah.
You recommend the book?
Heated Rivalry had me reading male romance.
Love it.
For the first time. Well, no, it wasn't my first. I'd read thrillers with male romance, but not just all of a sudden I'm like, hey guys, I've read about gay people before.
Several of my fictional
I think people know that. Anyway.
I love it. That's great. That's great. I'm going to take us back into a slightly different direction on my next recommendation, which was if you are a single lady looking for a book that's like self-care and luxury in a bottle, I recommend I'm Mostly Here to Enjoy Myself by Glynnis, which is a memoir about a woman, Glynnis MacNicol, who's a writer, who she's single when the pandemic starts. And I want to say she's like in her late 40s, maybe even 50. And like living alone in New York. And she's like, I've been alone in my house for a year, untouched. The second the lockdown like lifts, she's like, I'm going to Paris and I'm having the most hedonistic summer of my life. So she just like goes to Paris and like has like excellent sex with a bunch of Frenchmen and like eats the most decadent things. And it's just like, there's something like very affirming in the book, like life affirming and like so enjoyable. So if you're like looking to celebrate like being single on Valentine's Day, highly recommend that book. I think it is so much fun.
And it has the really fun cover style lately,
and she even like talks about it. Yeah.
Oh, she does.
She writes about it because it's like it's a historical.
It's oil painting with neon, and I love it. I think it's so eye catching.
Yeah, totally.
That's so cool. But she writes about it like referentially.
Yeah, because she's talking about. I don't remember if she's talking about it as the cover, but she's kind of. It was like an inspiration. It's this famous painting of a woman in like a Turkish harem or something, and it's basically like you see this woman kind of like enjoying herself sexually in a way that you don't like necessarily in other paintings, and like this is my summer, and I'm like,
okay,
I'm along for the ride, let's go.
I love that. Okay, just expanding my expand. Something just fell downstairs, but it's not my problem. Um, yeah, I like this. I love this idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to be reading about going to Paris and getting pregnant at 77.
There you go. Honestly, it sounds like a fun year.
There's some good range there, really.
Yes, there is.
I thought I had a fifth one, but I don't. So if you have another one.
I have two more, actually. Sorry.
Okay, go for it. And I will like find another one.
I also, if you're looking for, again, something kind of on the dark side about romance, I really loved the book The Bridesmaid by Ruth Rendell, which came out in 1989, another psychological thriller. And it follows this man, Philip, who becomes obsessed with a woman that he sees who's a bridesmaid at his sister's wedding. And like weirdly, part of it is she like resembles this statue that he's like always loved. And so there's like this kind of interesting thing of like, does he like her as a person or is she his projection? But basically it gets to the point where she's kind of, you start to realize she's more and more unhinged. And she basically asks him like, if you really love me, I need you to murder somebody for me. And we kind of like unspool from there. And it's a fun time.
That sounds really fun. Yeah. 250 pages.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. And there's a film adaptation, a French film adaptation of it that I haven't seen yet, but it is on my 2026 bucket list to watch.
Nice. Well, I did find another one.
Okay.
This is another one that you recommended to me actually too. And then my friend Justine really enjoyed it, called My Husband by Maud Ventura. Yes. So this is like toxic love now is what we've completely moved to.
Totally.
Like the shortest way to be able to explain it is there's a woman in a marriage and they've been together for 15 years and she is like obsessive with everything she does to try to make sure her husband loves her. Like you hear my husband, my husband, my husband, and my husband like so many times in this book. But it's all very thought-provoking, the things that she feels the need to control. So even though you're kind of like, girl, you're also like, well, I kind of get it. And then the ending, I can't say anything about. You will want to reach out to us, though, if you read it and get to the ending, is what I will say.
The ending is so... You and I are going to have to talk about this more off camera so we don't spoil it. But, like, I'm so glad you read it and loved it. It's like, it's unlike anything I've really read before. Not that
it's so unique,
anything, but like you're so deeply in this character's like really warped pathology.
Yes.
And then the ending, you're like,
it is very much a stream of consciousness book too, for anyone who doesn't like that. Like now you know. And it's a very like, you even feel how anxious it is.
Oh, so anxious.
You're like she's so anxious.
And like the internet parlance of the day, she is like the epitome of anxiously attached. She's like, like has this like internal scorecard of like how much her husband loves her by how much he reacts. And she's like constantly trying to like titrate, like to get to what she wants from him. It's a bold POV.
It really is. And did you read her one that came out, Make Me Famous?
I haven't read it.
Because my friend Justine, who really loves My Husband, she also said it's like wild and then another wild ending. So I need to listen to that one too. Because I think it's another short-ish one.
Yeah, I've seen it around and I like the premise is intriguing, but the premise sounds so different from My Husband. I'm sure, but like now I have to prioritize it.
Yeah, I do want to listen to it here soon.
Excellent.
So yeah, at least I found another one.
Yeah, you did. That's a perfect one. And then I have one last recommendation, which is like if you are heartbroken or in a mood to be like men ain't shit on Valentine's Day, I have a book for you. It is called We Are Too Many by Hannah Pitard, and it is a memoir. And it circles this kind of. It kind of blew up briefly. You know how we occasionally have things like the bad art friend or whatever, and like somebody writes an article about it and we're all like talking about it for a moment. This is similar, which was she's a writer. She was married to a writer. Her best friend was a writer who she met in her MFA program who was married to a poet. and her husband had an affair with her best friend at that MMA group, and they all wrote books about it. So there's all these competing narratives about it, which is like so solipsistic and like
well, now I need to read 4 memoirs. Is that what you're telling me?
I haven't committed that hard to it, but I like will read everything piece that
I know that I will once I start.
But We Are Too Many is Hannah Pitard's version of it, and she tells it in this really unique format. So it's a memoir. She calls it a memoir kind of, but it's like reconstructed conversations. So it reads really fast because it's just dialogue over their 10-year courtship, marriage, all of these things that kind of gives you the backstory and the context, at least from her point of view, of what happened, how she fell in love with her husband, like how he got involved with her friend, and like how she finds out. And it is just, it's a joy to read, especially if you're kind of in a mood to be like, fuck these guys, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so, it's hard to look at the news and not feel that way.
Totally. And then he wrote a book. I don't think his was a memoir, actually. I think his was a novel that he wrote about his side of the experience, which was a little bit, to me, kind of a hangover of those early 2000s novels about men that wrote a book that are like, I cheated on my wife, but somehow I'm the victim. And you're like, okay. So, but I haven't read it, so that's not a totally fair assessment.
Right.
I'll say We Are Too Many by Hannah Pitard, really enjoyable read, especially if you're in the right sort of mood.
This sounds so messy, and I'm so intrigued.
Messy. Yeah.
This is like, I saw someone, it's reminding me of, and I need to still listen to it. I bought it when it was on sale on Audible, but Harlem Rhapsody by Victoria. I can't totally remember the author's name right now. But it is about like how messy, like a part of it is how messy W.E.B. Du Bois was. And then I just saw a TikTok last night from someone who was saying, and it's on NetGalley now, it's called The Harlem Wedding.
Ooh.
And so both of these are fiction that are like still loosely inspired, or not even loosely, kind of very inspired by people. But then it's from the perspective of the wife who was cheated on, essentially. So I was also like, it's kind of fun, because she was like saying you should read these books almost like right after each other. And I'm like, it's like doing messy research. And that's what this one feels like.
100%. Yeah.
Oh, now I want to listen to the mess of that now too.
You definitely should. Particularly, it would be interesting, the ebook about it. I would imagine it would go fast, because it is just
you're right.
Like, she'll include a little bit of context in there, but it's almost all just like dialogue. So it just like goes like a scene, and it's like, I almost think it's like 10 conversations over a decade that like give you this context of and it's just like
kind of like, what's that called? Scenes from a Marriage?
Yeah.
Like where you're jumping.
Totally. Yeah. It's out of order chronologically. So it's like we start with like the first conversation is her finding out about the affair, and then like going from there. And it's just like.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, Bruce just threw his tennis ball at me.
Oh, no. He's like, it's time to go. Let's go.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Mom, I'm back here too.
Did you talk about movie recommendations that you had?
I have 2.
Okay.
Wuthering Heights was the one I wanted to I don't care recommend it because I haven't seen it, but I knew we wanted to talk about that. But if you, like me, are looking for a Josh O'Connor Valentines.
Oh yeah.
Actually, he has other ones that are probably more romantic, but I really love this movie that came out a couple of years ago called La Chimera, in which he plays this like archaeologist who has this like power. He has this like dowsing divining rod where he can like find these archaeological sites in Italy, and he speaks Italian in a lot of the film. But then you also find out that like he had been in love with this woman and she died, and he kind of can't let her go, even though he like meets a new woman who's like very vibrant and full of life. And like, I found it like gorgeous and charming. Highly recommend.
I love that. Yeah. And more Josh O'Connor.
Which is how
we've already established this is a Stan podcast for him. So
exactly.
Yeah, I don't think I have any. No, I don't have any romance movies.
Do you have an all-time favorite romantic film?
That's a good question.
I know, I'm putting you on the spot.
I also just haven't seen many.
Yeah, fair enough.
Now that I think about it, I'm like, what was even... Okay, so like in some ways though, like I remember what I grew up with, like that we had DVDs of, so that's kind of definitely how I could answer it. I was obsessed with Sweet Home Alabama for a while.
Oh, it's so good. It's good.
Just so cute and perfect.
Yes.
And not that I don't get McDreamy, but I can't think of who that is. But that guy's always the guy she ends up with is more my type anyway.
Totally.
Yes.
Yeah. I totally
so that always worked.
But I also liked that they didn't make McDreamy an asshole in the like
he wasn't evil.
Yeah, and we see that trope so often in rom-coms where it's like either the evil guy or the perfect guy, and I like that it was just like, this guy's a good guy, he's just not for her, you know.
Exactly. I liked that because he even comes back to the house with her parents at that, or the it's just a cute movie. So that's one I just can't think of many I've watched in my adult life is what I'm also really starting to realize.
I get it.
Like, which surprises me, I guess.
Well, now you have an assignment. You got to watch more romantic movies.
I know. Do you have a favorite?
Or I don't know the
favorites.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like an all-time favorite, but like one that I really love that I find very romantic is I love the story Emma by Jane Austen, and I love all adaptations of that, from Clueless to the Gwyneth Paltrow one, but there was a one that came out in 2020 with Anya Taylor-Joy and Johnny Flynn. And it is delightful. It's just like, Josh O'Connor's in it too, actually.
Wow.
And that was before I had a big crush on him. So I was like, who's this dweeb? And now I think I'd watch it again and be like, yeah. But like, it's just very enjoyable. And if you want a horny story about me, I don't know why I keep sharing this on your podcast, but I guess here we go. I
have that effect.
I saw it in theaters with my friend Jessica, and it was right before the pandemic. So it was the last movie I saw in theaters.
Wow.
And there's an early shot in the film, and it's a female director and like female written, like very, you know, woman heavy. And so they show like Johnny Flynn, who plays the romantic interest, Mr. Knightley, being dressed by like his butler or whatever. And you see a glimpse of his butt. And I gasped so loud in the theater, the strangers started laughing. They were like, what's going on back there? And I was just like,
oh, that's amazing.
So, I mean, I really liked that movie.
Ooh, I was going to say, we know you're going to be vocal at Wuthering Heights.
Oh my God. I'm going to be embarrassing. My friends are going to be like, we're not with her. Like, she's just seated with us for some reason.
I do think it's going to at least probably have a similar atmosphere. Totally. Like, you'll probably be with the right people.
Totally. And they all know me. So they're going to be like, yeah, she's difficult.
Yes.
I saw Call Me By Your Name years ago in theaters with my friend, and we got out of the movie and she was like, you were moaning the whole time. And I was like,
oh my God.
I don't think you're right.
I don't believe you.
Show me the evidence. You didn't tape it.
Right. Something about that. Oh no, it was how very swoony it was in the finale of Daisy Jones and the Six.
Oh yeah.
So that's definitely a TV show, not a movie, obviously, but there's also so much about all kinds of love in that book and TV adaptation. But that like the finale episode, the way they brought those conflicting feelings together for TV, I just remember being shocked for the whole episode. Like, it was just one of the best adaptations I've seen. So
yeah, I'm with you.
That might be.
I thought it was great. And I agree with you. Like, to me, there was a lot I liked about the book and the show, but like, to me, that actually was like the most beautiful subversive thing she does is like, there are all these different kinds of love and they're all valid and they're all different. And like, there's not one that's like prioritized over the other. Yeah.
And that is the similar theme. They both had things they needed to like grow through.
Totally.
Well, all of them, not both. There's all kinds of dynamics going on. Oh.
But isn't that the best kind of like love that like grow and change and then
Yeah.
If not,
well, and that's what I loved about Evelyn Hugo too.
Yeah.
I don't think surely enough people have read that book by now too, but even like the love between her and
yeah, I know who the dad,
the lavender marriage part, because
yes,
was he her agent? That's what I couldn't totally remember. He like kind of helped her get into the industry in some way. Mm-hmm. And like even their relationship was so complex across its whole time, or its whole lifetime.
Yeah.
She just writes some really good, shocking bestseller. Taylor Jenkins Reid is good. Is good at writing.
You heard it here first, kids. She's got
the headline from this episode.
Taylor Jenkins Reid writes moving books.
My sister-in-law literally just finished Carrie Soto, and she was like, how does she like, she was literally saying, she was like, she doesn't even use like fancy language, but like, what is it that feels so real? Yeah. And I'm like, it just does.
Carrie Soto is,
she does a lot of research.
My favorite of hers. I think that for
Carrie Soto is your favorite.
Yeah, I thought for me it felt like I don't know, I really liked that book a lot.
I loved it. Yeah. And like the way that it explores being an unlikable woman, mm-hmm. or even just how inherent it is to be considered more likely to be considered unlikable if you're a woman. Totally. The thing for like, they're tied. I cannot pick Carrie, Evelyn, or Daisy Jones. Yeah. Like I can't. Almost all of them, I think, affected me like emotionally on the same way. Mm-hmm. But she also said that those three, and then Malibu Rising, and they're all, Mick Riva is unfortunately the character in all of them. Mm-hmm. But she has said that was like her 4 books of, she wanted to write about extremely ambitious women in different areas of life and like what that meant. Oh. And I'm like, that is probably why I like 3 of them. I enjoyed Malibu Rising, but truly the other 3, I think I loved them all just as much.
Yeah, I agree. I read Malibu Rising too, and I liked it, but I didn't love it.
Yeah. There were some fantastic moments. Mm-hmm. At the end, especially about confronting and like individuating and becoming your own person. And I did enjoy that part, but yeah. Hers, a lot of hers would count for Valentine's Day too.
Totally.